Many years ago, I used to work in the UK office of an international charity. We used to work very long hours. I would be in at 8 o'clock in the morning and often leave 10 hours later. This was regarded as child's play by the US office, where they came in at 8 o'clock and often worked until midnight. In the UK, we were made to feel like we were lightweights, lacking commitment. Then I went over to the States to work in the New York office for a couple of weeks, and I discovered something fascinating. My colleagues, with all due respect, didn't produce more work, they simply took longer to do it. In part, this was because they ran out of energy and so were being less effective. It was also because, as they expected to be in the office until after midnight, they took longer and longer breaks. In those days, they were cigarette breaks, taken in a lunchroom which was always permanently wreathed in a smoky haze. But they were, in effect, adding 2 or 3 hours to their working day. Now, don't get me wrong, I am a great believer in taking breaks to boost your energy. About every 45 minutes is a good idea to just get up and walk around. However, taking a 30-minute coffee break because you know you're going to be there till late perhaps isn't the most sensible way to do things. When I came back to London, I had a huge rethink about how I worked. I worked long hours because it was expected of me. It showed my commitment, not just to others, but to myself. And this is a trap that people can fall into when starting work for themselves as freelancers, as small business owners. How can you possibly be doing it seriously if you're not working 70, 80, 90 hours a week? But I started setting boundaries. I wouldn't be at my desk until 9 o'clock. I would take an hour for lunch. Normally this would have been taken over my desk, but I would get away from the office for an hour. And I would leave at 6 o'clock. By becoming more focused on the time that I was working and letting people know the boundaries, I became far more effective. Instead of the work expanding to fix the open-ended time, I was more efficient both in time management and quality because I was working at my best. And by getting my evenings back, I was becoming more relaxed and more myself. The lesson from this is to be more conscious about how you use your time. Instead of saying, I'm going to stay here until it's finished, say, I'm going to leave at 6 o'clock, so I better get as much done as possible. Ring fence your time to do specific jobs and work in a focused way, and it will give you more time to kick back and relax, try something new, and just feel on top of your work. So, what time will you work until today?